Hello and welcome. It's crazy to think that Animal Kingdom has been around for almost 30 years now, and although there's a few opening attractions left, with that list continuing to dwindle away every day now.
In the arms of an angel, fly away from here.
And although most of the opening attractions within the first few years are mostly gone, it's important to make sure that they're not forgotten. Because remember, the future is truly in the past. As much as I would love to continue to talk about Dinosaur's legacy, there was another show that I thankfully got to see as a kid that only lasted for the first half of the millennium's decade.
You see, a few years ago, I ended up showcasing the old Disney home movies that my dad archived digitally from the two trips that we did in 2000 and 2002 respectively, and on one of those tapes was a performance of Tarzan Rocks. Ironically, not an opening day show, but a show that opened in 1999 and it ended up running for 7 years until 2006.
Within that video, I referenced that I wanted to focus discussing it alone, and well,
It's time.
I know that the footage is vintage now. It feels weird saying that about my childhood videos, but it was filmed on my dad's video camera.
So thanks, Dad, for preserving this treasure of a show. Tarzan Rocks was a 30-minute stage show that embodied everything extreme about the turn of the millennium. Rock music, extreme sports, and Cirque du Soleil-inspired acrobats. It was truly a treat of all the senses, and I hate how we seem to take it all for granted back then.
I sound like a broken record, but I really miss this high quality entertainment Disney used to offer.
It's so interesting to see how similar in aesthetics and vibes this was to Festival of the Lion King, another opening Animal Kingdom show that thankfully is still existing, and one that I hope doesn't ever go away. Both were set up as a musical celebration of its respective films, and both had a lot of aerial influence, but this was more of a stereotypical rock concert, and I miss it so much.
First off, I know it's a running meme at this point, and it's 1000% true. Phil Collins did not have to go as hard as he did on the soundtrack, and all of us millennials are so happy that he did. The songs are all a banger. 20 years later, and I still will never grow tired of them. And as I open with Two Worlds, I don't have to explain how truly 90s the show looked. Like, looking back now, so much time has passed, the show just screams late 90s like I previously mentioned.
As underrated as it still is, was such a stereotype of the time period it was created in.
I mean, with a title like Tarzan Rocks, it's pretty expected what the experience would be like.
I am so biased because this was my childhood, but I really feel like the theater experience of the 90s/early 2000s was one of the peak times. I miss how raw and experimental and edgy everything could be.
And if this intro does look familiar to you, they did use this as a big inspiration for the Broadway show that premiered after this closed, but I'll talk more about that later.
So the singers lead into the next song, You'll Be in My Heart, and I also just really love how the band is featured right on stage too.
Hello, Animal Kingdom! Come on, I said hello, Animal Kingdom!
love that you can hear child me screaming, "Hi!"
Welcome to Tarzan Rocks and the Two Worlds Concert Tour. Two worlds, one family, where we all come together for this journey to begin. Now, whether you're part of a traditional family or an extended family, parents, kids, sweethearts, or friends, it's about finding where you belong. It's about believing in yourself, believing in those that you love. So we'd like to dedicate this song to you, everyone connected here, deep inside, connected in the heart. So from our family to yours, this one's for you.
So yes, as the introductions begin, there's 3 main singers. 1 guy and 2 girls tackling the Rockin' soundtrack. Even their outfits are screaming 90s and I want to wear it. Again, I'm biased here because this is the outfit my mom probably picked out for me to wear that day. I was too young to appreciate how amazing the fashion was and now need to heal my inner child by recreating these looks. We really didn't know how good we had it.
Stop crying, it'll be alright. Just take my hand, hold it tight. I will protect you from all around you. I will be here, don't you cry. For what's small, seems so strong. My arms will hold you, keep you safe and this bond between us can't be broken. I will be here, don't you cry.
I have no idea who the singers are, but they are all phenomenal and really fit the pop star vibe that was everywhere at the time.
Deep inside, I said, when I let you you beat my heart. Yes, you beat my heart. From this day on, now and forever.
Don't listen to them, 'cause I want to be gone. Please, you're gonna have it all. Destiny's mine, oh yeah, Destiny calls you, you must be slow. I may not be with you, but you got to hold on. Destiny's child.
The next song was Son of Man, which genuinely might be one of the greatest Disney songs of all time. I mean that.
Kingdom, are you ready to rock and roll? I said, are you ready to rock? Alright then, arms down, we go 5, 6, 7, 8. Someday to the sky, lift your spirit, set it free. Someday you are talking pride. Someday, a man time, you'll be, oh yeah. Alright, everybody make some noise.
Rock! Roll! Rock! Roll!
Seriously, the talent that came from everyone in the show. Can we bring roller skating back into park entertainment again? guitar solos? Is this why I'm obsessed with alternative and metal music today?
I joke about it, but I really do appreciate that I was able to grow up during a time where rock music was so popular and present.
And I mean, come on, it can't be a Tarzan show without Tarzan.
Can we just take a moment to talk about what it must be like to be friends with Tarzan? Like, peak model, shredded abs. Like, how do you not get an ego trip, honestly? If I looked that amazing, I would be so cocky. But I also feel how awkward it must be at the same time. Obviously not in this element since you're on stage and you're not interacting like the meet and greet situations. I will never live down the fact that I got to meet Tarzan after Harambe died and I mistakenly asked him if he knew him without thinking. Like, it just slipped out, and it's a thought that will haunt me forever, even though I'm sure that thousands of people probably asked him the same thing. But never forget Harambe. Anyways, if you have Tarzan, you have to have Jane too, and she's just so beautiful.
I love Jane. She's so underrated. I also feel like I'm biased because she comes from Victorian England, and I have a hyperfixation with England in general.
Some of the world far beyond this place, beyond the trees above the cliff. Oh, I see before me a new horizon. I wanna know, can you show me? I wanna know about these strangers like me. Tell me more, please show me something's familiar about these strangers like me. Come with me now to see my world, where beauty are.
Can we please get more Tarzan representation back again? It's so underrated, and the talent alone from everyone in this cast is just phenomenal. Thankfully, we still have the flying element with Festival of the Lion King. I am very aware of how similar they are to each other, but it's still a different vibe and story. There is room for both. Similarly to how Festival of the Lion King has Timon as our animal mascot, somewhat narrator, and star, Tarzan Rocks had Turk leading the crowd into trashing the camp.
Look, again, I'm very aware that both shows also ended with a fun interactive experience to pull the audience in. And I genuinely love each one.
Turk, why don't we get these folks in the audience to help us out?
Now there's an idea. You guys each take a section and show them what to do. You want to start over there?
You got it, Turk. Hello, everyone. Now let's see. I have everyone. From this aisle over. That's you here in the lower bowl. All the way up to you there in the back. Now my friends here are gonna help me out. So just follow along with us, okay? We are gonna do 3 slaps. That's a slap, slap, slap. Then throw your arms up for a really loud woo! Now try that with us. Slap, slap, slap. Woo! Yes. Now we're gonna do it a little faster, in rhythm, with lots of energy, okay? All right. First we have 2 stomps. Stomp, stomp, and then a great big whee!
Whee!
Okay, hon, let me see you try and tell that.
No problem, Michelle. My section is gonna be the one right here, in the middle, and all the way to the top.
The section I was a part of.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go clap, clap, snap, snap.
Okay, gang, time to wrap this baby up. We're gonna put all 3 parts together now. And let's give it all we got.
Are you ready? I said here we go.
That's it. Stay with me, fellas. I feel something happening here.
And that was the show. And even though the cast and crew did get their spotlight 20 years ago, let's take a moment and give them their spotlight again.
Ryan, stop back. Make some noise. Now let's give it up for our terrific dancers. Show them some love. Now we have these divas, JD and Michelle.
And don't forget all of you out there. You rock. All right, Animal Kingdom. You want some more? I said, you want some more? And let's go.
From the entire Two Worlds concert tour cast and crew, we'd like to thank all of you for being a part of our extended family today. Two worlds, one family. Believe in that family, believe in yourself, and the journey will always take you where you belong. So peace, my friends. Keep it connected here, and always remember. Let's take it home.
It's so funny seeing how similar the 2 shows were towards each other, especially ending with the mega reprise of all the songs that they just sang.
You might be wondering, where did this show take place within the Animal Kingdom? There's no more outdoor open theaters anymore. It's the theater in the wild, which is where Finding Nemo took over, and still remains currently in a different variation to this day. They changed the theater from being outdoors and converted it to being a fully indoor theater for Finding Nemo, and controversial opinion, I did not care for Finding Nemo the musical. I saw its original production once and I really couldn't get into any of the music, which is the most important part of a musical.
The puppetry, costumes, and stage design is amazing, but the musical just fell flat for me. And that's completely ironic because I just found out while researching that it was one of the first Disney collaborations that Robert and Christian Anderson Lopez did.
If the names aren't familiar to you, they're Disney composer royalty now, best known for Frozen, but my favorite fact, and the one I will always bring up every single time it's relevant, their first big hit was Avenue Q on Broadway.
A very, very adult puppet musical that I was obsessed with in middle and high school.
I just think it's hilarious how they went from that
Oh my God, it's Gary Coleman. Yes, I am.
to making some of the most popular Disney songs currently today. And like I mentioned before, Tarzan was not the opening show in Theater in the Wild. Instead, that went to Journey into the Jungle Book, a show that I never saw and know nothing about. And as Tarzan Rocks closed to make room for Finding Nemo, it did get a Broadway transfer that ran from 2006 to 2007.
I never did get to see it on Broadway. This was during the time when I was deep into Broadway as a teenager and was wanting to see the more adult serious shows like Hair and Wicked. So anything Disney I was not interested in.
Adult me does not agree with that mindset, and I really wish that I could have seen Mary Poppins with Christian Borle. But that's a discussion for another day. At least I'm grateful that I have this to share and that my opinions toward Tarzan never changed. I always adored this film and soundtrack and always felt like it's so underrated. And as it's almost 30 years old itself in a few years, which is so scary to think about because I remember seeing this film in theaters. Maybe we'll have a Tarzan renaissance again. But let me know if you remember seeing the show, or if you didn't, would you have wanted to from this footage alone? And if by some random chance you were a part of the cast or crew and you're watching this, please let me know your experience, because I say this every single time, but I really, really, really love learning about what it was like, especially because I was still a child during this time, and I just wish that I could have experienced the world that they got to experience, that you got to experience if you were a part of it. And maybe in the future, I'll give Finding Nemo the musical another look as well. But until then, rock on, and as always, I hope you have a magical day, and I will see you real soon.